So the first one is, what was it like to live with white people? We'll just go right in.
So our grandma that I talked about before, like my dad's second wife, she was actually white, so it wasn't like we've never like been around white people before. And the kinship family we mentioned before were also white, so it wasn't like it was like a whole culture shock thing. The biggest thing that we always talk about is like food, though. Like there was a lot of stuff here that we did not, or that wasn't here that we did eat before. Like a big thing is ramen noodles. Like I thought that was like a thing everybody consumed, but like we moved here and like they didn't really eat ramen like that. So we always talked about that. We put hot sauce on literally everything. So like we would put that on the grocery list.
I like spicy stuff. So like hot Cheetos, Takis, Grippos, stuff like that. So that was on the grocery list all the time.
Like some seasonings or meals. Even you can talk about
like seasonings. Which it's like it's such a stereotype, but that and meals. So we always talk about this. In the Black community, for the most part, it's very normal to have mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, but I guess it's not for.
I wouldn't even say white people, because there are some white people that have mac and cheese.
Yeah, so there are some white people, but
our family did not.
Yeah, our family did not. So our first Thanksgiving, I'm like, where's the mac and cheese? And they're like, what? That's not a Thanksgiving food. And we're like,
Mom's like, that's a cookout food.
And then we're like, no, that's a Thanksgiving food. And so now every Thanksgiving we have mac and cheese, and everyone's like, why didn't we do this before? And I'm like, I don't know. You're welcome. But hair. So our mom did take a class at Focus about our hair. But if you know, black hair is not easy to deal with. So we were kind of at that age where we were old enough to do it ourselves. So she didn't do our hair, but I think the class helped her get a little bit more knowledge about our hair. So that helped. Before we bought our own things, she always made sure that we got the right products we needed. And if you go in the store and you actually look, black hair products are a lot more expensive.
So expensive.
It's like $13-14 just for shampoo. That doesn't count conditioner or anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else that we need for our hair. So it wasn't ever like, no, you're gonna use Dove and get over it, because so she always made sure we got what we needed. If we wanted our hair done, she always made sure she could find the people that we needed, and stuff like that. So that was really awesome. And yeah, like it was kind of, so not really as much now, but a couple years ago, if you were an outsider of our family, you would probably, if you heard what we said, you would probably be like, what the heck? Because
we would get canceled for sure nowadays.
Yeah, so as people say, we would get canceled. So we joked a lot about stuff we probably shouldn't joke about. When Lainey was younger, she was learning about slavery in school. And they were reading Henry's Freedom Box, which, if you haven't heard of that, basically this guy, he's a slave, puts himself in a box, and he ships himself to the north for freedom, basically. And so she came home, and we had bought something
like
huge, like a TV or something big. And so me and Tiyanna are weird, and we used to play in boxes because we didn't really like have toys much. So
we would draw on the boxes and make
a window
watching
or a
TV.
We had to use our imagination a lot. So we were playing in this box, like old time's sake. And Lainey starts closing it. We're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm shipping you to freedom." Or she would chase us around with a stick and be like, "Come back, slave!" And obviously that's not okay. Our brother used to walk around saying that he's Black Jesus,
which I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Oh, Lainey also used to say we're a big double stuffed Oreo.
Oh yeah, big double stuffed Oreo. I forgot what I was gonna say because you messed me up.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. I don't know, I can't think of anything else. But it was kind of like a big joke. Like, even the past year, I started dating this guy, and my dad, had said something. And then after he left, he was like, "You need to make sure that he wasn't uncomfortable," because I was just joking. And I was like, "Okay, I'll make sure." But as far as that, it was It was pretty good. Oh, religion was what I was gonna say. Me and Tiana grew up in like a Christian household. We went to church. Our parents are Christian. So I don't I don't know how to answer a question about like if there's different religions and how that works. But if you have anything to say, because
No idea.
I don't know how that would work. Especially if they're like Muslim and like fast and don't eat certain things or
Yeah.
stuff like that. So